Hello, YouTube friends. See, I can say that now. I'm so used to saying Facebook friends, but I am officially have my YouTube channel launched. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. Trying to get a little more high tech with y'all. So yes, I've launched my YouTube channel, and I know that it doesn't have quite the artistic flair, I don't know, that you might expect. I'm gonna be honest, I finished setting the account up last night and it was incredibly late, but I have this slight issue with obsessive compulsive disorder. And so, yeah, my mom calls me a pit bull. She said that I've always had this tenacity when I start doing something that I can't quite let it go, which is exactly what happened with the YouTube channel. So it shall improve, take heart. It will change and it will grow, as will my settings. I won't be filming always in my vehicle. Just more on a personal note, Jeffrey and I and Blaine have been at our house for a couple of years now. We built a home on a little piece of land, and since we've lived there, my office has been entirely populated with boxes that we weren't allowed, or that we weren't able to quite fit in the attic, and that we needed to go through. And that was a huge undertaking, which we accomplished this weekend. And I have a desk picked out, and my computer is with the computer guru, this dude that I met. I'm not going to say who it is because y'all might know him, but he is a veritable ninja. He's like a computer Jedi. It's obscene. I think that he's actually a savant. I've never met a savant in real life. Obviously, I've met a lot of autists, because if you're watching this, then you're likely from the boat, and all of us are a little autistic, or little Rain Man-ish. But this, like, legit, this gentleman was mind-blowingly intelligent. And so he promised me with full confidence and no waver in his voice that my laptop will be running at, quote, lightning speed. It'll be faster than the day I bought it, which is incredibly exciting, especially since the keyboard has worked intermittently for the past several months. I've been conducting everything online with my Note 9. So I will have a desk soon. I will have a computer soon. And so the settings will become a lot less static, and hopefully a little more enjoyable to watch. Unless you don't like Southern accents, then you're just SOL, so sorry about that. I did want to say today, I'm headed to my mama's house. My parents live on a farm. Yes, I'm a farmer's daughter, and she's not feeling well, so I'm going to spend some time with her. But as I was getting ready today, it kind of dawned on me. I was listening to this body language expert, this psychiatrist. I can't recall her name off the top of my head, but she was analyzing different political encounters, some with Trump, some with other, political leaders and whatnot. And it kind of hit me in waves that, well, first of all, that Trump has only been president for 2 years. I don't know about y'all, whatever timeline that we're on right now is by far the most random and sometimes infuriating, but also fascinating timeline to be on. Like, if I were to pick one, I think just out of gross morbid curiosity, I would pick this one. Because I swear I feel like this man has been president for like half a decade. And as I had mentioned before, and I've heard other people say this, that ever since election night, the Senate Democrats and the media ratcheted the volume up to like a Spinal Tap 11. I mean, just this ear-piercing bombardment of information that has not stopped. It's like where years ago there were maybe 2 news cycles or so a week. Now there are 10 a day. And I've come to the conclusion that if the media isn't talking about something, if Trump isn't in the media, then my default reaction is to get online and start looking at alternative media sources because Trump is doing something phenomenal. If they're covering Kavanaugh allegedly serial gang raping women in 1982, then something in the back of my mind says, hey, I bet something really like phenomenal is happening with our president right now. And I'm just going to put it out there. And I'm not going to apologize for this. When Trump first announced his candidacy, I will admit I did not vote for the man in the primaries. When it came down to it, of course, it was like, do I vote for Lucifer or do I vote for kind of the weird guy that's, as a Southern woman, and him being a New Yorker, he's crash or he's brash or what have you. It was a no-brainer. I've lived in Arkansas. I know all too well about the Clintons, and I didn't say that. YouTube, if you take this down or if anybody finds me dead, you know why. Let's just say that there's certain knowledge that certain individuals within a certain state from which the Clintons originated, that I say certain people, the majority of people know about, and we all know, and it's like I know that he knows, that we know, that everybody knows, but you don't talk about it because you don't want to commit suicide with 2 bullets in the back of your head. And that's not being hyperbolic. Like, legit has happened on multiple occasions. Anyway, I'm off on a rabbit trail again. Trump. Since he's been in office, I've never felt more patriotism with any president in my lifetime than I do when I hear that man speak. The genuine authenticity, the genuine love that he has for this country, and not just our country, but for Americans. There's no BS in that. That's something that you can't fake. I've watched politicians fake it my entire life. That's not something that can be conned. genuine affection for your country, that genuine patriotism. And I think like in the heart of every patriot, that's why they're the fans of Trump. People who are fans of Trump are like hardcore fans of Trump. I like the man. I'm a Trump fan, y'all. I am. And I started looking today when I said I felt like he'd been president for all this time. Mainly that's because this socialist base, this neo-Marxist socialist base within the DNC, there's so much malevolence there, and there's so much noise. It's like white noise. Like people who have undergone psychological torture. I think that's what they're trying to do to the American public. If they can slowly drive you insane with the incessant noise, with the media, with the Senate Democrats, with politics, it's seeped into every single facet of our lives. If they can keep you at that point, right at that point, then they know that they've got you because you can't think straight. That's why they want to shut us up. That's what PC culture does. It causes you to not be able to articulate your thoughts. It causes social anxiety to rise when you feel like you can't speak freely around other people and have an open dialogue. That's why it feels like he's been in office so long, because of the absolute lunacy, the level of derangement that I've not seen in my lifetime. Have you ever seen that movie, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? That's what it's like watching these Senate judicial hearings or whatever. That's what it's like. It's like a damn, like, loony bin. They're crazy. They lost their minds. My point to all of this is that I started reflecting on the past couple of years. What's happened? What this president has done. Something that so many milestones, so many historical pivotal moments in history have taken place, and he's received zero credit for it. The meeting with North Korea, he's tamped down. You know, when he walked into office, Barack Obama set the world on fire and then waltzed out and smiled, and the Democrats were just like, oh, he's so poised. It's like, yeah, he's really poised for someone who set the Middle East on fire and left Syria and Libya burning to the ground, shipping our money off to Iran and making backdoor deals with Iran. It's like, yeah, he's really poised for a sociopath. He was a crappy dictator is what he was. And so Trump comes into office, and it's like North Korea has like chilled. The man has a way with people. The man has a way. With foreign relations, he has a way of negotiating these deals. Just recently, if I went through all the accomplishments, it'd take forever. But just think recently. I did not know this until this week. In the past 3 months, just in the past 3 months, the United States of America is officially energy independent. Did you know that? I didn't know that. When I heard it, I immediately called BS. I was like, no, that's like a That's, you know, just him kind of blowing hot air or whatever. So somebody got their facts messed up. No, get online, Forbes magazine, like all these reputable sources repeating the same thing, that the United States of America has achieved energy independence. I wonder how that happened, because in every article that I read, one of two things: either it was buried, this was only maybe 10% of the articles, it was buried so deep in the story, a little kind of, you know, head nod to Trump. Either that was the case, or there was no mention whatsoever of the fact that this man tamped down foreign relations to the point that we're not in constant conflict and the redheaded stepchild of the Saudis, that he rolled back that he rolled back all these regulations, freeing up our energy sector, that he pushed so hard and worked so diligently to open up the Keystone Pipeline, lifted regulations so that we could continue with the fracking. I mean, the fact that I never thought in my lifetime that we would see that the United States of America, as of today, is the producer, or is responsible for the production of 40% of the crude oil in the world. Mind blown. He moved the embassy in Jerusalem. To any of you, you don't have to be a Jew, you don't have to be a Christian. I'm a Christian, and so the way I feel about it is like, Christianity got it right because Judaism got it right, because there were a bunch of crazy, like, OCD people out in the desert that kept doing the same thing wrong over and over and over and over again, and they finally figured it out, the Jews did, that, hey, maybe, you know, if we create a set of laws that dictate our moral actions, maybe if we did that, then bad stuff wouldn't keep happening. Because every time we start doing these other things, then we get wiped out. Got to give the Jews props for that. The whole 10 Commandments thing and being the lineage of the Messiah. But Judaism and Christianity, it's like nail on the head. And you don't have to be a Jew and you don't have to be a Christian to appreciate the fact that since 1995, there has been a law on the books that the United States Embassy is not to be in Tel Aviv, which is not the capital of Israel. Israel is a sovereign state. Every other sovereign country is allowed to dictate where their embassy goes, what the capital city of their country is, or their state is. And every single president, none of them had the stones when it came down to it, because they were so terrified of this two-state solution and so self-deluded into thinking that the United States of America would be this, you know, arbiter of world peace within the Middle East. It's like, get over yourselves. Follow the law that Congress passed, that Congress over and over and over again unanimously voted to pass from 1995 until Trump got in office. What did Trump do? Instead of signing that extension, that extension that every single president, Clinton did it, Bush did it again, Obama did it twice, everybody just kicking the can down the road. Trump gets in, first thing, bam, embassy moved. Huge deal. Amazing. Even I was getting in a little bit of a little irritated when he started kind of futzing with trade, because I've never seen History doesn't bode well when you start imposing tariffs. Like, we've not ever had really a whole lot of luck with that. But when you listen to what Trump said, that was what he did not want. He wanted free trade. He wanted fair trade. He wanted trade that was fair across the board. He pulled us out, well, side note, he pulled us out of the abortion that was the Paris Climate Accord, which is absolute nonsense. And don't try to tell me that global warming is a thing. That's a whole other podcast. I've done a lot of research on that. That's a whole other live stream. Pulled us out of the Paris Climate Accord. As far as trade, the EU has already caved. The man is a negotiator. I want him on my side. Like, I am about some Trump right now, y'all. I am all kind of about some Trump. This NAFTA deal that we were getting, I'm gonna be late. We were getting the short end of the stick. I'll say it like that. Renegotiates it. So it's a North American trade. China, or Canada's on board. Mexico's on board. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. Jobs staying in the United States. Happy to the point that, guess what, in China, they're already cracking down on the press. The press isn't allowed to print anything alluding to economic insecurity due to the pressure that Trump is putting on China in regard to trade. Be sounding like Britain. Sorry, Brits, I love y'all. Yeah, but they can do that over there in China. That's why we can't let the left in power. We want freaking China or Britain happening here. Tiananmen Square. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. I love me some Trump. That's all I'm saying. And when I see my president stop the carriage or whatever it's called, motorcade, to shake the hand of a police officer, when I see my president, when a Marine loses his hat standing next to Air Force One, chase the man's hat down and put it back on a Marine. When I see my president with the working class people of America, my people, look at this. Check this out. This is where I'm from, y'all. This is where I grew up. This is my family's farm. It's been in my family for... my daddy needs to brush hog. It's been in my family for 4 generations. Sorry. There. Now you're not going to get nauseous. Trump cares about this part of America. That's what he cares about. In Tennessee the other night, the rally was so big that thousands of people were standing outside the venue. They couldn't even get in to see the man. People would be talking about a blue wave. If you're colorblind, let the Democrats play their crazy games. Let them have their crazy time. Put them in their straitjacket in their padded room. Let them go nuts. Pop a couple Thorazine down their throat and just let them chill. Let them veg out for a little while. Get their nerves together. And just let that red wave roll in. Because I am telling you, I am happy to be an American right now. And I am proud of this man. I'm so proud of this man. The poise with which he has dealt with this Brett Kavanaugh situation. He's an adaptable man. He's worked in so many different high pressure, very difficult fields and succeeded. He is the ultimate entrepreneurial spirit. And the man knows what he's doing, and he's just getting better. I'm excited. I'm excited to be an American. I'm excited to be a conservative. I'm excited that I don't have to worry about being browbeaten when I say that I love this country. When I wear my patriot gear and I say my Pledge of Allegiance. Because we got a man in office right now, and I know the president isn't everything. We've got a balance of powers, checks and balances. I'm all about it, and I'm all about small government. I'm a small government girl. But to know that at the helm, we have this man, I'm sleeping good at night. It's a happy day. I promise you these videos will become better and better as my technology gets better. But I'm glad that y'all are watching. It's cathartic for me. And I love y'all. I hope you have a great day. Be blessed. Talk to you soon.